Yeah. So once I've caused harm to someone, if I've caused harm to someone, and now I have an internal experience myself that's called guilt. Like I've now done to somebody something that I would not have wanted to have done to me, and I go, oh my gosh, I have this thing inside of me that says I have caused harm, which then leads to this place of guilt, which will send me into place to repair rupture in relationship if I have that recognition of guilt. So the other feeling that comes across when we're talking about harm is around guilt, and that sense of, okay, I have done something that has caused harm to another, and now I need to go and repair rupture in this relationship. I think where things begin to get messy is like when people want to blame and go, well, you did this to me. And it's like relationships start getting really confusing, where it's like, did I do something? Did I not do something? What's the experience that's going on here? Or what I've seen a lot of in situations relationally is so many times that people have grown up in environments where they want to preserve relationship, so they end up apologizing for areas that they have not caused harm, and so they're just running around apologizing to save relationship, and trying to help people unwind that a little bit, to be like, hey, like if you haven't caused harm, don't be so quick to apologize, because what are you apologizing for?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
No, the answer to that question is, it's a great question. And when I'm doing that, I'm apologizing for having an identity. Sick relationships, the rule is you're not allowed to have an identity with me. You can act in codependency. You can lie to me. You can curry favor with me. You can show favoritism to me. You can always agree with me. You can say things just right and tailor them exactly the way I demand you do that. But the minute you have something independent of me that I'm going to have feelings about, then you've hurt me, you've harmed me. Now you have to pay.
Yeah, so that's where kids grow up in an environment that if they have any sort of not pleasing somebody, that they just apologize. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And you're saying they're apologizing for having any identity that is separate from another person or
Mm-hmm.
doesn't match what that other person is. Yeah.
And part of a guy named Murray Bowen, a theorist, he calls it differentiation. Part of differentiation means that adolescents growing into young adulthood, it is necessary for healthy development for that child turning into a man or a woman to hurt the parents, because it hurts to see them grow. We are so excited about Luke getting married next month. We love our daughter-in-law to be, and yet he's hurting us because she's getting a whole ton of his attention these days. and she needs to, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah.
And we're moving back in line in our proper place, and he's having to say things and wedding planning, that you know how smooth that is, and we're working toward handling that well. And we've stubbed our toe, and he stubbed his, and she stubbed hers, and we've hurt one another. And then sometimes they, more so going from one of them to us, they've needed to say things to us that we feel hurt about because we've gotten out of line. We've moved into a place in line that's not ours.
Yeah.
And so they've had to say to us, need to stop. And our job is to stop. And so anytime we're developing as human beings, that, as Bowen called, that differentiation process is going on. And people are struggling to find having the same identity as a person, but a new role in someone's life. So that movement from having my identity, but moving into a new role, that's scary. And sometimes things have to be said that are hurtful. Most often when a boundary's set, the person who is setting it is afraid on some level of being harmed, and the person that it's set with will often feel hurt. There are
Yeah.
all kinds of things in human experience and relationship that require us to handle hurt well.
Yes. And when, I mean, you said an important word there. When Luke tells you to stop, you feel hurt. if you did not stop, and this is where boundaries are so important, if you did not stop and you stepped over continued to step over that boundary that he set, now you're in the role of harm.
Yes.
Anytime that a boundary is set, that whole idea that we gain a self back, we have a sense of, where you end and somebody else begins. You start setting boundaries. The people that start stepping over those boundaries, they're creating that harm is happening. Or if you step over, or if I step over a boundary that's been set, then that's harm.